There's something deeply unsettling about watching someone unravel in real time. The vacant stares, the erratic behavior, the desperate attempts to appear normal that somehow make everything seem even more off. For Justin Bieber fans, the past few months have been extremely worrying as the pop star appears to be spiraling before our very eyes. Looking at him now, with his haggard and worn out appearance, it's hard to believe this is the same fresh-faced kid who took over the world just over a decade ago. But between these 2 points in his life, a lot has changed, and much of it for the worst. In August 2024, Justin and his wife Hailey welcomed their first child into the world. As any new parent could tell you, there's a lot of adjusting to do. Sleepless nights and constant stress can become the norm, so to appear tired and strung out isn't out of the ordinary. However, what we're seeing today with Justin goes beyond that. Videos of him have surfaced where he looks aged, grinding his jaw and licking his lips, which are signs you'd commonly associate with drug use. He's always been a slender guy, but now he's become so skinny and frail that he almost looks unwell. And his social media activity has also been concerning, as he's gone from hardly posting at all to posting several times a day, with some posts seemingly directed at his ex, Selena Gomez. Selena recently tied the knot with record producer and songwriter Benny Blanco, who previously worked with Justin on several of his hit songs like Love Yourself, Somebody to Love, and Cold Water. From everything that can be seen, she seems happier and more content than ever, while the opposite can be said of Justin. As Selena and Benny's relationship has become more public, Justin has become more chaotic. While his team has explicitly denied any substance abuse issues, claiming he's in one of the best places of his life, the contrast between their statements and what we're seeing is stark. The fact is, the Justin of today is worlds away from the happy-go-lucky teen who conquered the music industry, but much of how his life has turned out hasn't been his choice. From an early age, he's been pulled in different directions by those around him. Some who pursued him relentlessly for years before finally getting close, others who should have never been allowed near him in the first place, and an industry that pushed him to breaking point while extracting every dollar possible from his talent and pain. The people who are supposed to protect him instead used him as a vehicle for their own ambitions and profits, leaving Justin to face the consequences alone. Whatever this is, breakdown, burnout, or something else entirely, it hasn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of years of trauma, struggle, and exploitation. And to understand how we got here, we have to go back. Justin Bieber's story didn't start like most stars. Born in 1994 in Canada, it was clear from a very early age that music was in his blood. By age 3, he was already keeping rhythm on toy drums, not just randomly banging, but producing surprisingly steady beats for a toddler.
This is how I drum. You want to be a drummer when you grow up? I can do it faster.
He taught himself guitar, piano, and drums with a level of ease that shocked people, especially given he had no formal training. What's more, without taking a single singing lesson, he developed a beautiful singing voice with impressive control. It was clear that something rare was there, a raw, instinctive musical ability far beyond his years, and as he grew older, that only became more and more apparent. It didn't take much to see Justin was going places, but behind his extraordinary talent was a complicated beginning. His mother, Patty Millett, was just 18 when she gave birth to him and had a childhood heavily marked by trauma.
Starting from a young age, my parents split, as a lot of parents do, and my dad abandoned us, moved 10 hours away, and then started getting sexually abused from the time I was 5 up until I was about 10 years old, and there was multiple abusers, and then had really unhealthy relationships and ended up getting into drugs and alcohol into teen years, and had an attempted suicide at 17.
When she got pregnant with Justin, she was pressured to end the pregnancy, but leaned on her Christian faith and chose to go ahead. Justin's father, Jeremy Bieber, was in and out of the picture. He left Patty shortly after Justin was born, leaving her to raise him as a single mother. What's especially relevant to Justin's story is that Patty continued to wrestle with addiction and depression throughout his early life, issues he would go on to face himself one day. In 2007, when Justin was 12 years old, he started posting covers on YouTube. This wasn't some calculated career move, but simply a way for him to share his music with friends and family. However, his natural talent and charm captured the attention of a much wider audience. One of these people was Scooter Braun, a talent agent who stumbled across Justin's videos by accident. He became obsessed with tracking him down, eventually connecting with Patty through Justin's school and convincing her to bring her son to Atlanta. There, Braun introduced him to Usher, who saw exactly the same thing Scooter saw. This kid wasn't just talented, he was marketable. Soon, a bidding war broke out between Usher and Justin Timberlake. Usher won, and at just 13 years old, Justin signed with Island Records.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
That year, Justin released his first 2 singles, One Time and One Less Lonely Girl, both of which were a huge success, reaching the top 20 in the US and Canada. His debut EP, My World, went platinum in the United States, and he became the first artist ever to have 7 songs from his debut album chart on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2010, he dropped Baby featuring Ludacris, as well as Somebody to Love with Usher, but it was Baby that truly catapulted Justin into superstardom. The song amassed billions of plays on YouTube, dominated charts worldwide, and went 12 times platinum in the US, solidifying Justin as a pop icon all around the world.
He's so hot. We love Justin Bieber.
Bieber fever wasn't just some cute marketing term cooked up by his PR team. It was a legitimate cultural phenomenon. Teenage girls would literally hyperventilate and pass out at his concerts. Mall appearances had to be shut down because security couldn't handle the hysteria. By 16, Justin had reached a level of fame that most artists spend their entire careers chasing and never find. But fame this fast creates problems, big ones. The music industry didn't just see a talented young artist, they saw a product to package, market, and profit from. Every aspect of his image, his hair, his style, his persona, was carefully curated to appeal to the massive tween fanbase driving the Bieber machine. His schedule was relentless, endless promotion, constant travel, late night appearances, and no room for breaks. To make matters worse, adults regularly crossed boundaries with him in ways that would trigger immediate outrage today. For example, at the 2011 Brit Awards, James Corden made inappropriate comments towards him as everyone in attendance watched.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes.
You could see Justin felt uncomfortable from a mile away, but Corden just got even more creepy.
Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at what a beautiful face. All right.
Touching him on the face like that crossed the line. Justin tried to ease the tension by playfully doing the same thing back to Corden, but this just gave Corden another opportunity to be weird.
Just do it. Don't mess around. Don't tease me, Bieber.
People felt like they could put their hands on Justin whenever they pleased. Another awkward situation took place the following year, when Katy Perry grabbed his ass while they were having a hug. Then, David Letterman manhandled him on his talk show in front of thousands after criticizing his new tattoos. The same thing almost happened on an episode of The Talk, when actress Leah Remini got out of her seat to grab a hold of him.
Justin Bieber! I will squeeze your face. No, I will. No, squeeze your.
Justin got as far away from her as possible and had to say no 5 times before she finally got the message. But it didn't stop there. Leah insisted on asking Justin inappropriate questions that no 40-year-old woman should ever be asking a 15-year-old boy.
Here's my question: would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer, Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans.
The fact she was sexualizing him like this was extremely uncomfortable, but what made it worse was that the majority of the audience was made up of young kids. Leah wasn't alone. It was almost like all the women on that couch were competing over Justin.
If you had to date one of us 5. She would be a pain in the butt, I'll tell you that right now.
To be trapped in situations like this must have been torture for Justin, but arguably nothing was worse than what happened at the 2012 American Music Awards. After Justin stepped out on stage to accept an award, then 40-year-old actress Jenny McCarthy outright assaulted him.
Wow. I feel violated right now. Wow.
Can you imagine if the genders were reversed? Afterwards, Jenny was asked about what happened in some interviews, and she seemed almost proud about what she'd done.
I did grab his butt. I'm single. I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious. So little. Just, I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt.
I saw that you like totally, like it was like a full-on almost makeout session.
A little cougar scary.
Yeah.
But I took the opportunity in the window considering I'll never get to do it again, and kind of molested him.
These encounters weren't just awkward moments. They were signs that Justin's boundaries didn't matter, and he wasn't the only teen star being pushed to their limits by the industry. Behind the scenes, another young celebrity was facing similar relentless pressure, Selena Gomez. When Justin and Selena went public with their relationship in 2010, it seemed like the perfect match. Both were navigating the treacherous waters of teen stardom, and both understood the pressure of growing up with millions watching. Although people didn't cross the line physically with Selena like they did with Justin, she was still overworked, scrutinized, and exploited in many of the same ways. That shared experience was part of what drew them together. They knew exactly what the other was going through. For a while, they seemed like each other's refuge from the chaos.
I am all about really genuine people, and I feel like she's one of the most genuine people. You know, she just has a good heart, and I can talk to her about anything.
For fans, it was like a real-life Disney movie. Two beautiful, talented young people falling in love in the spotlight. They walked red carpets together, they posted cute tributes to each other online, and they gushed about their relationship in interviews.
What is his favorite feature that you love about Justin?
His eyes.
Their chemistry was undeniable, and their youth made it feel pure and hopeful, like something that might actually beat the odds. For a moment, it felt like their relationship was destined to last.
Justin, are you gonna propose to Selena Gomez? You guys make a really good couple. I see that smile.
However, behind this perfect image was a much rockier reality. Between 2010 and 2018, their relationship became a rollercoaster of dramatic breakups and passionate reunions, with every twist and turn dissected by millions of obsessed fans. Are they still together? Who's Justin dating now? Has Selena finally moved on? When will they realize they're meant to be? The questions and scrutiny were never ending. What might have been a normal period of growth and emotional confusion for any young couple was instead broadcast to the world, leaving them little space to process anything privately. And in the end, the same intense spotlight that brought them together would also pull them apart. In 2013, tensions between Justin and the paparazzi reached a boiling point. After being relentlessly pursued, an incident erupted where a cameraman hurled a nasty insult at him.
Fucking little cock. Fuck off back to America. Fucking little moron. Fuck you. What the fuck you say? You heard what I said, man. What'd you say? You heard what I fucking said, mate. Lose your fucking belt. Lose your fucking belt. Lose your fucking belt. I'm back, you prick. I'm back, you prick. Right? That's all I'm fucking little cock.
This confrontation marked a turning point, signaling Justin's growing frustration with the invasive media. The constant scrutiny from paparazzi, fans, and even his fellow celebrities had begun to take its toll, leading him to push back against the pressures of his fame. However, this defiance soon spiraled into reckless behavior. A few months later, after a night out partying in a New York nightclub, a video surfaced showing Justin urinating into a yellow mop bucket.
We swagger, man. You know, this is just a better spot to piss. Bro. We the wild kids. That's the coolest spot to piss. You know, you'll forever remember that.
Unlike his earlier altercation with the cameraman, this act was unprovoked and deliberate, and it drew widespread criticism. It was a troubling sign of his escalating unpredictability, and a warning of more serious issues to come. That same year, Justin made headlines for spitting on people, once on his own fans from a hotel balcony, and another time on a neighbor during a heated dispute. The neighbor incident escalated months later when Justin pelted the man's house with eggs, resulting in $80,000 in damages and a vandalism charge. These incidents painted the picture of someone rapidly losing control, but rather than seeing a young man cracking under immense pressure, the media and public branded him as a villain, eager to ridicule instead of understand. And that narrative only gained momentum in early 2014 when things reached a new low. In the early hours of the morning on January 23rd, Justin was arrested in Miami Beach for drag racing a rented yellow Lamborghini. He wasn't alone, as he was there racing R&B singer Khalil. Police reported that Justin exhibited signs of intoxication and admitted to consuming alcohol, marijuana, and prescription drugs. When he refused to cooperate with officers, they placed him under arrest, resulting in his infamous mugshot.
Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following: DUI, alcohol or drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
But even after this wake-up call, the spiral didn't stop. Just 2 years later, in 2016, footage surfaced from Justin's birthday party, which was hosted by none other than Sean Diddy Combs, and it showed a haunting image of him. He was swaying around, glassy-eyed, and cycling between bursts of giddy energy and spaced-out blankness.
It's called He's Bad Boy Now. It's called Don't Ever Play Yourself. lovely joke.
He was completely out of it, yet the people around him looked fine. From the way he was behaving, it seemed like he was under the influence of a lot more than just alcohol. Diddy's presence in that scene is worrying. Even at that time, rumors and unease had long surrounded the way Diddy interacted with younger artists. And of course now, we know just how much of a predator he really is. In recent times, when looking back at these years of his life, Justin has admitted he was hooked on various different substances.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything.
He was just a kid who needed protection, but most of the people around him seemed more focused on exploiting him for their own benefit. Despite the fame, success, and unimaginable wealth, Justin began slipping into the same cycle of substance abuse that once plagued his mother. The toll on him was immense, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it inevitably bled into his relationship with Selena. Often, his most destructive moments came shortly after they'd taken a break. But Selena wasn't just dealing with Justin's volatility, she had her own battles to fight. In 2013, she was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease that caused the body to attack its own tissues and organs. A year later, she entered rehab and took a step back from her career. It wasn't just the physical symptoms that hit hard. Selena later revealed that the disease brought with it crippling panic attacks, anxiety, and depression that consumed her daily life. By 2017, her condition had worsened to the point that her kidneys began to fail, and she underwent a life-saving transplant. Much of her energy and focus had to shift towards survival, not her relationship or stardom. Between their private struggles, the relentless pressure of life in the spotlight, and the emotional immaturity that came with growing up too fast, Justin and Selena's relationship couldn't survive, despite how much they cared about each other.
One day, you're gonna be a dad, right?
Yep.
So picture this, we got either Justin Jr. sitting on your lap or little Justine sitting on your lap.
Yep.
When they say, Dad, what was the best part about your teenage years, what would you say?
I would say probably my relationship with my ex-girlfriend.
In March 2018, they broke things off for good, and while fans continued to hold out hope that they'd get back together, that dream was crushed just 6 months later, when Justin married Hailey Baldwin. While the world's attention remained fixated on Justin and Selena, another storyline had been quietly unfolding in the background, one that was expertly pieced together and exposed by the YouTuber Internet Oddities. In 2009, as Justin's star was rapidly rising, a seemingly innocent meeting took place backstage at the Today Show. Actor Stephen Baldwin introduced his young daughter Hailey to Justin.
Hey, my name's Steve. And the third song, this is my daughter Hailey. The third song, we've been enjoying your music.
At the time, Justin was 15 and Hailey was 12, and although it looked like just another celebrity kid meeting a pop star, this encounter would lead to something far more significant. That same day, Hailey's father struck up a friendship with Justin's mum, and by the next evening, the Baldwins had the Biebers over for dinner. Afterward, they all went bowling, and somewhere in the middle of it all, Justin and Hailey posed for their first photo together. In the years that followed, Hailey continued appearing everywhere Justin went. The Never Say Never premiere, his concerts and live performances, industry events and red carpets. Whenever Justin was scheduled to appear, Hailey somehow managed to be there too. You might be tempted to chalk it up to coincidence, but there's a compelling reason to believe otherwise. In 2019, a former Justin Bieber superfan named Dana made a video claiming that Hailey had relentlessly stalked Justin for years.
I feel like this is an opening to a documentary.
Hailey Baldwin went from trying to bump into Justin Bieber at the Satai, the London, to married. Everyone's making a joke that it was her 10-year plan, like, bitch fucking did it.
Dana ran a Justin Bieber fan account with over 200,000 followers. She claimed that Hailey followed her Bieber fan account in 2011 and began regularly messaging her for information about Justin's whereabouts.
Here you're gonna see where I wrote Satai 5th Ave. The DM that was right above that she sent to me is gone because she unsent it right away. And if I went back to my MacBook from fucking 2013, maybe I could find that, because above that, and you're gonna have to take my word for this one because I don't have it, but she said, "What hotel is Justin staying at? Kylie and I want to know."
Dana said that Hailey would either stay at that hotel or eat at that hotel restaurant so she could bump into him. While those claims are difficult to verify, not all of her claims are. In her video, Dana mentioned a Call Me Maybe video Justin and Selena made, and how she created a remake of it which Hailey featured in. And that video is still on YouTube today.
She was in it. She agreed to be in it for us. She made a clip and emailed it to us to put in a YouTube video.
On top of this, Dana showed various back and forth tweets between her and Hailey, proving they had an ongoing relationship. In some of the tweets, Hailey commented on Justin's height and even speculated about how much taller he might grow, a small detail that hinted at a deeper fixation. During this period, Hailey began strategically befriending Kendall and Kylie Jenner, two of Justin's known friends at the time. This gave her indirect access to Justin's world, allowing her to maintain a subtle but steady presence around him, even while he was still with Selena. Hailey continued appearing at the same events and within the orbit of people Justin trusted, and over time, her proximity became familiarity. Eventually, her and Justin began hanging out alone without the presence of mutual friends. By the time Justin and Selena's relationship collapsed for the final time in early 2018, Hailey was already a familiar, comfortable figure in his life, someone who had been there through many of the ups and downs. Within weeks, she and Justin were spotted out together. By July, they were engaged, and just a few months later, they were married in a quiet courthouse ceremony. For a while, it looked like everything had fallen into place for her. On the surface, she had it all. The marriage, the lifestyle, the brand. She and Justin posted loved up photos and spoke publicly about their faith and commitment. However, what we're seeing today suggests things aren't going as well as they once were. On February 18th, 2025, Justin attended the pop-up store for Hailey's beauty brand in LA. In one viral video captured at the event, he could be seen smiling wide and shifting his weight from side to side while having a conversation. Speculation erupted immediately. Fans and the media questioned whether Justin was using again, a theory quickly denied by sources close to him who insisted that he's in a great place. In the days after this statement was released, Justin made various posts seemingly mocking the drug allegations.
I fly high like a magpie.
Even still, people weren't buying that everything was okay. Pictures and videos had been surfacing for weeks of Justin looking tired, disheveled and gaunt. Not only that, but there'd been a sharp increase in his Instagram activity, with him making numerous reflective posts suggesting he's not in the best place mentally. On March 13th, he shared an Instagram story expressing feelings of unworthiness, saying, "People have told me my whole life, wow Justin, you deserve that. And I personally have always felt unworthy, like I was a fraud." There was another post on March 16th, where he spoke about feeling like he was drowning due to feelings of hate he's been hiding from the world. Then there was a post on March 22nd, where he acknowledged his struggles with anger, saying, "I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much." Taken individually, these posts might not seem alarming, but together they paint a picture of someone spiraling inward. On March 24th, a video surfaced of Justin on a rooftop where he looked extremely thin, more so than ever before. This caused further worry amid already growing concerns. Around March 30th, the situation got much more real after several Instagram live clips of Justin began circulating. In the videos, he could be seen listening to music, licking his lips over and over, and making strange, jerky movements. In one, his eyes are literally half shut at points, and a lot of fans took this as a clear sign of him being under the influence of drugs. While nothing was confirmed, people couldn't help but connect the dots. Selena Gomez recently got engaged to Justin's old collaborator and friend, Benny Blanco. She posted pictures of their engagement ring back in December, and since then the two have been seen everywhere together. Now they've even released their own joint album called I Said I Love You First.
Hey, our album's out.
I know, I'm listening to it like a dork.
Fans speculated, as they do, that many of Justin's cryptic posts were subtle jabs at Selena and Benny, but it was on April 2nd that even the skeptics started to believe it. In the early hours of the morning, Justin posted a meme of Gollum from Lord of the Rings clutching the One Ring, captioned, "Girls on social media when they get engaged." Naturally, this sent fans into a frenzy, as who else would that be about if not Selena? This, combined with Justin's increasingly erratic behavior, shifted the attention towards his marriage with Hailey. If you search Justin Bieber's name right now, the headlines say it all. Justin and Hailey Bieber are completely out of sync and struggling with marital issues, bigger than just a fight. Justin Bieber hints at major tension in Hailey Bieber marriage after horrifying livestream. What's happening to Justin Bieber? Spiraling, not eating, and Hailey marriage troubles. The picture is bleak, but with the sheer number of news outlets all publishing similar negative stories, some have begun to wonder if this is all part of a calculated smear campaign. Over the past year or so, Justin has made serious changes behind the scenes, stepping away from longtime manager Scooter Braun, restructuring his business dealings, and getting rid of his team to self-manage instead.
I'm told that Justin Bieber, just like Michael Jackson, is engaged in a war against musical executives, except the musical executives have gotten smarter over time. He wants out of Hollywood. He does not care about the money, he wants out. The headlines are just getting to a point where it's almost comical. They are telling you that there's something wrong with this marriage, and obviously they are being paid a hefty sum, or they have very powerful person that is insisting upon this, I can tell you, you can take this all the way to the bank, that Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber are not on the rocks. They are just being attacked. If you are not praying for Justin Bieber, you should be.
The truth is, it's hard to know for sure exactly what's going on. Perhaps he has angered the wrong people, but no one has forced him to act out on live streams, make endless cryptic social media posts, or behave bizarrely at public events. There's one thing that's clear: people are worried. In a recent Hollywood Reporter article, Justin's longtime collaborator Bieber said, "Whatever he's going through, I pray for him and hope he's okay." And a former team member added, "Watching him disintegrate like this, it's watching the embodiment of someone not living their purpose." Whatever his reps might feed the media, it's obvious that Justin is having a tough time at the moment. And while that's sad to see, what makes it worse is that he's still being hounded by the same cameras and attention he's dealt with for years.
Alright, that's enough, yo. How many pictures you need? In the desert, really, you fucking asshole? You want money. Money, 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 money. Money, get out of here, bro. Money. That's all you want. You don't care about people. All you want is money. Go. Get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Get out of here, bro. Okay. Get out of here. Money. That's all you care about? Money? That's all you care about, guys. It's money. You don't care about people. Only money. Only money.
What we're seeing with Justin now makes perfect sense when you look at his past. A child whose talent was discovered too early, a teenager whose boundaries were violated by adults who should have known better, a young man whose substance abuse was encouraged rather than treated. The warning signs were always there. While Selena seems to have found her peace with Benny, Justin appears to be trapped in the same cycles he's been fighting for years. And Hailey, who spent her teenage years chasing him, faces the reality that capturing someone doesn't mean healing them.